friends, welcome to AzhaTechno. So today we will going to discuss about the Spring framework and its module. So before discussing toward the Spring framework, we will discuss what is a programming language, and then we will discuss about what is a Spring framework. First we will discuss frameworks, then we will see about Spring framework and its module. So what is a programming language? Programming language is used by humans to communicate with the computers. Means programming language is a language which is used to communicate with computers. Programming programming language are the examples of the programming language are C, C++, Java, Python, etc. are the programming languages examples. So programming languages are built to communicate with the computers. With the help of programming language, we can communicate with the computers, because programming language cannot understand our languages like English, Hindi. They can't understand it. So programming language has some syntax and all, so that can understand it. So programming language contains sets of instructions and syntaxes. This is a called programming language. Whereas framework is a semi-developed software which is used for development of the application, which is based on the languages only. The frameworks are built, which it is based on the language only. Frameworks are built. Frameworks provide some common logics which are required for the application development. There are some frameworks which are used for the common logic development of the application. So there are some examples of the frameworks like Hibernate, Struct, Spring. These are some examples of the frameworks. Like Hibernate is a database frameworks of the Java, whereas Struct is a web framework which is used for the web development. So these are the frameworks. We use a framework in our application development, then we need to focus. If we use frameworks in our application development, then we need to not to focus on the common logic of the business development. We want to just focus on the business logic. We should not develop on the common logic which are used in every project. So we should focus only on common logic. We should not focus on the common logic, we should focus on the business logic. So frameworks will provide the common logic required for application. Hibernate is an one framework. It is an ORM framework used to develop a persistence logic of the application. Means by using the Hibernate, we can develop the database code. Database code can be developed with the help of Hibernate frameworks. Means first before in the technologies like JDBCs of Java, we have to write a manual code. We have to write some manual code, where in the Hibernate we are not required to write that much manual code. It will be just write a small piece of code. Here the boilerplate code can be avoided, and with the help of Hibernate, there is a write a very small code for the same requirement. Whereas it is used for persistence layer of the application development. Whereas Struct is a framework which is a web framework, is used to develop the web layer of the application. Means by using the Struct, we can develop the web layer of the application. So by using these frameworks, we can develop only by using Hibernate, we can develop only database layer of the application. By using Struct, we can develop only web layer of the application. But by using Spring, we can develop whole application. Means we can develop web layer application, as well as we can develop database layer of also application, and we can develop all the logics. All the layers of the applications can be developed with the Spring. It's provide the common logic boiler the common logic which were required for the development of application. We required that logic is provided by Spring framework. So it is used for development of application development for whole application. Means we have to not need to go for Hibernate, Struct. We can go only go for Spring frameworks. By using Spring framework, we can develop we can develop web layer as well as application layer. Means database layer of the application. So Spring is an application framework. Entire application can be developed by using this. So there are some advantages of the Spring. So it is an open and free source framework. Means anyone can have it. It's a free for use. Spring is a lightweighted framework. Means Spring is a lightweighted framework. We have it doesn't takes more memory or large storage. It takes less than 2 MB for it. Spring is a versatile framework. Spring can be integrated with any other Java frameworks available in the market. Spring is non-invasive framework. Spring will not force us to use framework related interface or classes like before in the servlet is forces us or implement servlet interfaces in and extends http servlet and generic servlet. That means servlet is forcing us to use servlet specific interfaces or classes in a application. Before in the by using the Java, advanced Java, we are developing the Spring, we are developing application, then we need to extend implement and extend the servlet interfaces into a program. But by using Spring framework, we are not required to develop or develop or implement interfaces of the Spring framework. So it is an use or advantages of the Spring framework. Okay, then we will see. Okay, in Spring based application can be created simple Pojo, and we can Spring to execute our Pojo. Spring works based on the Pojo and Poji model. What is meant by Pojo? Pojo means Java plain object, means plain old Java object. Pojo means it it is executed only on the base of the JDK software. It doesn't require any external library for the execution of it. So Spring is a single framework. Spring is a not a single framework. Spring is a developed in the modular fashion. Spring is a collection of the modules. Spring contains several modules. Spring contains several modules. So Spring modules like core module, context module, DAO module, AOP module, ORM, WebMSC, security, Spring REST, Spring Data, Spring Cloud, Spring Patch. These are the Spring modules. We will these modules is used for the development of the Spring based application. Spring framework is loosely coupled and it will not force us to use all the modules in our application. Based on our application requirement, we can use any module which we are required for the development of the application.